Hello and welcome to day 2 of Magical Miracle Money. How was your day 1 and how was your exercise when you realized how being able to identify thoughts, the feelings, and the way you act around money is so crucial to determining your money manifestation, right? And I also talked about how important it is for us to understand how to feel safe around money, right? When we are actually leaning back and receiving, that's when the divine masculine is able to step up and provide for our desires. Okay, so let's get started on to day 2 now. Screen share. Okay, so previously I talked about the level that you identify with the most, whether you have any thoughts or feelings or actions that is trapped in that survival stage. And that survival feeling often creates the feeling, a lot of lack mentality, that we cannot see money around us, we cannot see clients around us, we cannot see anything around us, because all that we see is what our mind is ready to receive. If your mind believes in lack, you will see lack. But if your mind believes there's abundance, you will see abundance, right? And how's that being there actually stop you from having money in the most effortless way? You will realize that there is a correlation between the amount of hard work as well as the state of emotion. So the very negative and low emotions, which is hatred, revenge, and resentment, usually requires a lot of hard work, right? So that's why when you actually see people who, they're trying to prove a point, they're trying to prove to their parents that they have made the most right decision on entering a certain industry, and they are like, oh, I will do what it takes to prove to other people, and then it comes with a lot of hard work, a lot of grief, and afterwards you realize that for all the effort that they have put in, all the pain that they have put in, their parents are like, oh yeah, sure, go for it. Right? But when the more that we are on a higher state of emotion, oh yes, we have somebody in today. Hello. Yes, I was just beginning halfway. I had to re-record the whole thing. But you realize that the higher state of emotion of where we are often, that requires really little effort. And that's what we talk about effortless system. That's what we talk about effortless money as well. Okay, so being able to identify which level you are at in terms of money manifestation is really useful to solving the problem, because if you realize that you're having survival thoughts, all you need to do is will be like, oh, so I'm having that survival thoughts. Why? And then of course, that moves on to another level of meaning investigation, and then afterwards flipping the belief. Okay, so yesterday we talked about the feminine and the masculine energy. Think about your own relationship when you felt supported versus you're in lack. All right. So when you're always feeling supported, right? What was the feeling, right? As a woman, you will always feel very lean back. You will always feel very relaxed, and the knowing and the trusting that your man will always show up. Okay. However, However, when we are in lack, right? And when we are in lack, we have a lot of fear. We end up being very demanding on what is the guy supposed to do. We end up denying all of his effort, and inevitably, we end up killing the masculine spirit. Inevitably, this can be put in the same thing. How we look at money, men and time is all the same thing. They are all masculine energy. And that is why usually when some women, they always fear, when they feel a certain level of mistrust in their relationship, they always mirror that level of mistrust in money relationship as well. It's always the case. So in order to manifest money, to get from the level 1 of survival to purposeful manifestation, you would actually have to develop a feeling of feeling safety, right? And having that feeling of safetiness, then afterwards would create that knowing, that ease, and that effortless system that we want to have when it comes to manifestation. So the top 3 destructive traits, as I said, And then, right? We give off energy vibrations in our thoughts, emotions, and behavior. Somebody can always say that, oh, but the way I think, I always think abundant thoughts, but their feelings don't lie. They still have emotional stories stuck in the past, the way that money was given to them in a very guilt trip manner, like, oh, I'm giving you and providing for you this amount, so you better be good to me. Or the money was always given to them with a feeling that something else in their life is missing. So they always grow up with an either-or mentality as well. The way we think, act, and feel has to be linear. It has to be aligned. Go back to that slide in Miracle Day 1, where I actually show you the slide on survival, purposeful manifestation, and overflowing. You will be able to identify the way you think, the way you feel, and the way you act around money has to be all aligned. If anything that is misaligned in the previous step, you are in the previous version already. Okay? So everything we talk about the belief system. Why? Because belief is a thought that is recycled time and time again, right? Thought then creates the feelings, which create actions, results, and from the results, you reinforce the belief system again. The eye only sees what the mind is prepared to comprehend, because that is how selective the eye is. But a lot of people, what they get caught up in is that they get caught in the current reality. They say that, oh, my current reality is like this, so it will never change. But no, because never believe what your eye is, right? What we want to create is a better future, lies in the powerful future that we are able to create as long as we embody the next version. The next version, if you're in survival, you embody purposeful manifestation. If you're in purposeful manifestation, you embody overflowing. But take note that you cannot jump from survival to overflowing immediately. You got to go through stage by stage. Yeah. And at the end of the day, what we're going to talk about is the money, the root of money, right? How money beliefs are being created, how money thoughts, feelings are being created, and it all lies beneath the surface. So somebody who in their bank account can have a lot of money may not necessarily reflect an abundance in their life. It can be because they belong to the money personality of a spender, of a saver, and someone can also can have a lot of spend, the way they spend money has a lot of guilt. Why? Because when they were young, maybe their parents were really stingy in the way they spend money, so they feel a lack of love. So in turn, when it is time for them to grow up and when they try to spend on their kids, they end up overcompensating the guilt that they experience, and they overspend on their kid, resulting in overspending. Okay. So why I actually have this snapshot is because money is talked about in a lot of attraction way. The point of attraction, attracting money. Why? Because these are the people who know how powerful the subconscious mind can really be. The emotions around our money is all found in our roots, is all found in our past. You know, there's this a quantum physicist called Dr. Joe Dispenza. He wrote the book about breaking the habit. Yeah, but he actually talked about how emotions are so powerful that when somebody has experienced a traumatic incident in the past, maybe 10 years ago, 20 years ago, right? That feeling of resentment, hatred, okay, a feeling of being victim still stays within their body for forever until to the point that they decide to heal it. So which is why a lot of people, when of course, when we look at it from a compassionate lens, a lot of people, they commit crimes because they themselves had a traumatic childhood, right? And kids are just a blank piece of paper from the age of 0 to 7 years old. It's really just whatever that you tell them is whatever they believe. So you got to, if you have a kid, you have to be very careful the way how you speak to them. If you say that you're good, they're going to believe you're good. If you say that you're bad, they're going to believe that you're bad as well. So each of us have a personal money and success blueprint that's already engraved in our subconscious mind. And it will stay with us the same all the way until we choose to work on it at some point in time. And going back to my belief cycle, right? There will always be a belief, whether belief system. It's just a matter of whether is it supportive or non-supportive, right? So how do you know whether is it supportive or not? You just look at your reality. right? If you feel that, oh, if you see your bank account running dry, how do you feel? Do you feel, oh no, my money is really low right now? Or you feel that, wow, this will be an amazing time for me to create a miracle, right? Which one do you believe in? Or when you actually see a price tag, do you be like, oh, I just go for the mediocre item instead of thinking that I know that I can afford for premium ticket and I know the money will serve me no matter what, right? How do you think about it? So this is why there is a concept called behavioral finance. For those people who understand a little bit about stocks and investing, you know that 85% of our money decisions are based on our emotions. That's why those people who really want to ace the investing game really got to know how to handle their emotions, because if they're always lagging behind their emotions, right? So when it's a good time, you buy more, and then when you see everybody selling, you sell more, right? You will always be one step behind other people, and you will end up be making a loss on the overall. Okay, but those people who fully harness the way their emotions are, they know how to act in the absence of. They know how that even when their current stocks or their current portfolio really drops, they know how to hold on. They know how to hold on because they know that what goes down will come up again, right? So emotions of money starts off with being aware, understanding, and then reframing. So today is going to be a bit different from yesterday's day one, where we actually going to do a little of exercise and understanding about the way you think. So check in with your father, your mother, or your grandparents' belief around money, right? What do they believe about? Do you hear things like money is evil, or rich people earn money doing bad things like cheating, right? Money is only for those who are born into, right? It is better to save for a rainy day. Okay, check in with yourself and list down all of the beliefs that you hold and match with from where it came from. Because if you're currently holding on to a past belief that was held by your parents, that were held by your grandparents, it is not valid anymore and is no longer supportive. Why? Because what was held on by our parents and our grandparents were from survival era. Were in a stage of they don't know where is the next food, they don't know when as war's gonna come, so they were always in a survival state, right? But look at our current economy and look at our current state of living. We are no longer in that survival state anymore. In fact, what we want to do is to get from survival to thriving, isn't it? So if you're going to have a thriving way of life, you cannot hold on to a survival belief because it doesn't match. If you want to have a thriving way of life, you're going to have a thriving belief system. So what is a thriving belief system? A thriving belief system is what we call abundant way of living, which later on I will share with you. Abundant way of living revolves around knowing that money is everywhere, that money is just pure energy, and you have zero attachment or meaning put on to based on how much that you have or how much that you don't have. Yeah. Where's next page? Okay, so the next exercise would be money association exercise, right? So I would love for you to write down money is ... money is, right? Wealth is. The reason I cannot be wealthy is, right? Some of the negatives of being rich, such as money takes up a lot of time, money is a lot of effort, money is only for the rich, money is only for the lucky ones, money is only for those who have a lot of resources, right? They have a whole army taking care of their army of kids, for example. So that's why they can afford to have money. What are some of your greatest worries and fear around money? Is it the feeling that one day your bank account will run dry, right? But look at it this way, that when at the end of the day, everything is about a law of circulation. You cannot receive if you cannot let go. And this is a problem in one of the money personalities, which is saver. Saver mindset tend to have a lot of protection being packed onto. That's why they keep saving and hoarding money. I understand that because I was from a saver as well. I grew up parents telling me, say that it's better to save, and and we were provided well. But in the end, I ended up carrying on that saving mentality, and it actually compromises the way I have relationships with people, right? I wasn't so generous with people. I didn't see, I was always working hard for money. I was always chasing money. And also I was in that lack mindset, right? But afterwards, when I step out of it and I learn what is abundant way of living, and I choose to believe that money is always there, money is created time and time again, and even when your bank account runs dry, you can have the capacity and the ability to create miraculous money, which is why I created this training, right? So at the end of the day, it's about which kind of money mindset you wish to take on. Of course, I rather choose a liberating and the freedom one, which is abundant living, because after that you realize that money is just energy and nothing more to that. So if you want to receive more, you got to let go more, right? You got to treat other people nicer, have a generous spirit, and also be in a state of compassion, be in a state of love, because loving is a very, very powerful energy. Okay, so enough about that. The worst thing about money is, a lot of people say that the worst thing about money is taking time away from my family. The worst thing about money is too much hard work, right? So the next thing that we're going to do to challenge their belief is you're going to draw a table, right, where you write down all of these negative thoughts about money, and you're going to ask yourself and look at that statement very objectively. Is it true that money is only for the wealthy? Is there one example that you're able to pull out either from celebrities, from the newspapers, from political figures, from famous people, or from even the people around you to prove that there is just one way of otherwise? Because if that's just one example, it's good enough. Okay, so if you say that money is for the rich only, is it true? Well, I don't think so. There are so many examples of self-made millionaires, isn't it? So that is why I go back to saying that your eye will always choose what your mind wants to believe. And it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. So is there, and then flip the belief and rewrite a new supporting one. What can be a supportive money belief? It can be money is abundant and available for anyone and everyone, right? Or wealth is, I need to take up a lot of, money is a lot of hard work, right? Is it true? No, there are so many examples about how money is effortless, about how there's such thing as called freedom money, right? So you realize you can flip the belief to money is effortless, money is freedom, money is liberating, money gives me choices, money gives me flexibility, money gives me freedom to have a lifestyle that I want to provide for my family, for my kids, for myself, and reinvest in my business time and time again. Right? At the end of the day, there is 10 universal truths about money in the abundance space, and I'm going to go through them one by one. The first one is there is always abundant to go around, abundant clients, abundant money, abundant time, abundant everything. And when you actually step into the abundant way of living, you realize how liberating it is, because there is no such thing as lack. A lot of people, especially if you talk about the rate in marketing, there's two types of strategies called red ocean strategy and the blue ocean strategy. The blue ocean strategy is the one that lives in abundance, that lives in uniqueness. The red ocean is the one that lives in competition, that lives in similarities, where everybody's doing price war. And that's very common in the insurance industry. Money is just a tool to get to our purpose. It is neither, sorry, there's a typo there. It is neither good or bad. It's just an object. That's it. There is no meaning put on it. And why? Sorry. And why people end up thinking that money is bad? It's because they have that emotional experience. Everything is all based on emotions, which is why it's so important for us to discover our emotions, because if we are rooted in money is evil or all rich people are bad people, could it be because your grandfather was cheated by somebody else? That's why he said that. It is likely so. Or your dad probably saw how how his mother was being cheated as well, and the money was stolen for somebody else as well. And that's why they say that all people who are rich do bad things, right? So money is just a currency and exchange of energy. Money is just energy. So that's why when we choose to be in that safe zone, we attract money easily. But when we are in lack, money doesn't come. So I have had clients who, they consistently, some of them, they have a lot of mindset traps, who are stuck in a lot of lack mentality. And because of that, it's very difficult for them to break through in having, they can get their first client, but it's very difficult for them to get consistent clients after that, because they are still in survival trap, they are still in lack mentality. And I will get them to watch these videos. Right? There has to be the law of circulation that we gotta let go if we want to receive. It's just like in traditional Chinese medicine, it has a law of qi, right? Your blood cannot just stay stagnant in one part of your body. It has to flow. Everything is a flow. And that is how the universe is like. You gotta flow with the universe. You will realize that whenever you flow with the universe, what I'm talking about when flow with the universe means that when there are negative experiences, do you look at it as it's a punishment, it's a going against me, or would you look at it as opportunity for you to grow? Because those people who look at it as opportunity to grow are learning to flow with the universe. It's just like surf, it's just like windsurfing, that you got to surf with the wind's direction. You cannot go against the wind direction because it will kill you. Similarly, you can, when you want to go surfing as well, you got to ride with the wave momentum. And that's what universe is all about. We got to ride with the wave momentum. Okay, we got to let go if we want to receive. Right, number 5, money goes to where there is a purpose. So level 2, purposeful manifestation, I talked about it in yesterday's training, that there is always a purpose when you want to manifest money. Because money cannot just drop in without like, I want money because I want to feel safe. No, it doesn't make sense. It is just like you putting out to an order to a waiter and then saying that you want the food, but you're not going to eat it because you're not hungry. It doesn't make sense, right? Because the waiter will only serve to people who are hungry. The waiter will only serve food to people who are hungry. So there has to be a purpose behind your money. For example, that for me, I have had quite many instances where I was purposefully manifesting money, such as I put in money for my coaching package, and afterwards I had insurance client who came in and he bought 2 policies and boom, I made back the money. Or like I told myself that I wanted to sponsor my parents for a cruise trip, and I was just sitting, I still remember that incident so well. I was just really lean back and I was just reading a book at like 9 a.m. It was one of those growing personal development books, and a client texted me to say, hey Lydia, I watched your product video, I'm interested to get this product, let's go and do the signing. And I was like, wow, right? Because my purpose for having the money stems off from love. It stems off from love for my parents. It stems off from my desire to invest in myself, the desire to invest in my business. So money can, when a lot of people, they ask for money, but it does not have a purpose, simple, they will not see it coming. They will not see it coming because there is no purpose. If after you have gone through from survival, you have gone through purposeful manifestation, and you can manifest money time and time again, you will get to that point where your energy is as though it's overflowing, that money just comes to you without you doing anything. It's in abundance because it's just part of you, right? It's just part of you to, for example, to have hair, to have eyes, to have nose. It's just for you to breathe as a human being. It's just part of you. Okay, so money goes to where there is a purpose. The universe is abundant. There is no lack in this world. Okay, those people who are often in survival trap, that's why they have to get out of survival trap, is to learn how to appreciate, to learn how to have that feeling of safetyness, because if they believe the universe is abundant, their eyes are going to open up to the universe is abundant. Ask for what you desire and put out a powerful intention. Right? Always go for unique alignment. Always go for unique alignment. I talk about it. Blue ocean strategy. Always opt for your gift. So sometimes we may, especially as pioneers, movers, and shakers, we are always the first one to make that move. Like for me, I took a while before I decided to step up and talk about money in such an effortless and freedom liberating way, but I saw that nobody else around me was doing the same. Everyone was talking, especially in the insurance industry, a lot of them are talking about earning money have this lifestyle, to have that lifestyle, but it's very cutthroat the way that you get clients. And I was like, no, that's not the way I want to teach people. Right? Developing a service mindset will always bring you wealth. And as a queen, we get to have lots of money. Okay, where's the next one? Okay, so for those my private clients, I provide for them a book list, and these are 3 very powerful wealth consciousness books that I encourage you to read if you're interested to grow your wealth mindset. Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. I also attended an online session by him, which was 3 days, 3 full days. You Are Badass at Making Money by Jen Sincero, and Happy Money, the Japanese art of making peace with your money, talks about how to receive and give money in the happiest way. So this was one of the books that really changed the way how I started gifting people, and the way because I take care of my whole household expenses, and even go down to when I'm buying grocery, I think to myself that this is for my loved ones, this is for my family. I even went to that extent. So this is not comprehensive, but these are just some of the money practices that you can use to cultivate. You can create your own money mantra, record it on audio, write and play and listen to it. Be in gratitude all day, because money can only be manifested when we feel safe and abundant. Right? In your journaling hour, list down 10 ways you're receiving every day. And I've been doing that for the past 1 year. Sometimes when I'm feeling unsafe or in fear, I write down even up to 20 ways that I'm feeling safe. And that always makes my brain see that, oh, you are feeling safe already. And it's just all the lies that is created. Fear is made up of false evidence that look real. That's it. But they are false evidence. Okay, so a lot of people say that I have fear around money. I have fear that I cannot afford. It's really just all the lies that are in their head. The monster in our head is often it often looks a lot more monstrous than what it really is. Okay, read wealth conscious books. Be very aware of your thoughts. Each time there's a negative emotion comes up, whether is it fear, doubt, worry, lack, or desperation, list down what the thought is saying and flip it in your own higher energy. Start having a money journal and calculate your energetic cash flow. So this is what I also teach to my private clients, to have vouchers, discounts, freebies, gifts, and add them to the physical money that you receive. Because as I said, you have the physical manifestation and you have the energetic manifestation. And this is a tip for the business owner, is for them to take out 10% of your profit and place it in a piggy bank beside you, because it cultivates a physical sense of safetyness around money. Imagine how safe you would be when you feel safe physically, like you can see with your eyes, and you feel safe emotionally, and you clear out all of the negative money stories inside. You know, how liberating will you feel about money, right? Which is what brings me to receiving money, because there is no receiving money is as important as spending money, or in fact any of the other areas. There's actually 5 areas which later I'll talk about it. And being able to conquer all and have a beautiful relationship in all aspects is really crucial. Or like when you have hit that 5 areas, you are like, wow, I'm fully liberated already. So the ability to own money is as important as the ability to invest, create, spend, and most importantly, receive money. So this is especially important for clients who want to have their own businesses in the future, or you're thinking of selling something, right? Which is one of the things that I talk a lot about in my private coaching with my clients. When I help them to create businesses, the biggest mind block that a lot of them have before they can have their very own first paying client is because they have money blocks around selling. They think that money is bad. They think that when I receive money, I'm cheating somebody. Maybe because, oh, I don't like to sell something, I don't like to promote something. But get it that whether you like it or not, every day we are selling something. For example, that if you like a certain restaurant, won't you sell to somebody and ask somebody to go to that restaurant? Simple as that, right? So the only idea about why people feel that sales is bad or anything is because they have had a negative experience with a pushy salesperson, right? But it has got to do with the salesperson. It's nothing to do with selling, right? So if you actually have any of this concept that sales is bad or receiving money is evil, you have to notice the thoughts around how you receive money, because if you are only able to spend money but you cannot receive money in the most worthy way, you are not going to have any income as well. So I have had clients who are having this blockage, and I have to keep helping them change their mindset, because they have a lot of emotions tagged onto receiving money. That when they were young, they received a lot of money from guilt from their parents, from resentment. One of them, she always was very well provided for by her family, but it always came off with a very nasty relationship with her dad. And it actually made her like, I don't want money, because that is how our body is primed to. If there's something that we don't like, we say that we don't want it. But it's not that she wants to get away from money. She wants to get away from that nasty negative feeling that she had around her dad. So if you have any of these feelings, especially if you are wanting to make money, whether it means starting a business, whether you want to sell a product or do coaching for provide a coaching service, it is vital for you to clear this out, because if you are not able to clear out your receiving money vessel, you are not going to receive any money. The same thing is that if you are looking to have investment, if you don't know how to receive money in the most healthiest and the most worthy way, you are not going to receive maybe small money, drips and drops, but you're not really going to receive that big quantum money that you're looking for. Okay, so it's vital that we clear it out so that we can receive freedom money, right? So that is a big topic that I'd like to talk, that I'm so excited to share. What is freedom money? Freedom money is the concept and the ability to have a 360-degree beautiful relationship with money in the 5 areas of spending, creating, investing, managing, and receiving, and that only positive emotions of strength, joy, empowerment, fulfillment, and passion is associated with money. Okay, so I came a long way where I was a lot of hard work. You can see I have a cat here, yes, but I spent a lot of time in front of my desk. I had body aches. I had my shoulders were stiff because I was sitting at the desk non-stop. I had back aches as well because I sit at the desk for too long. And I also was I also had a lot of money blocks, because I thought that I needed to work harder. I needed to keep working hard for money. But the truth is, afterwards, that's why I refer to the books, is that when you're able to spend money in a joyful manner, right? What's a joyful manner? I spend this money on my loved ones. I create money time and time again in the most miraculous way. Okay, I invest money so that I know it will come back to me tenfold. The art of managing money is more important than the amount itself. And I know that I can receive money in the most magnificent way. If you're able to have these mantras and to clear out all of your money beliefs, you are going to step into the zone of freedom money, where money comes to you because you are having a coaching business where it's so effortless for you, it's so passionate, where you are only opting for effortless money, anything that is hard money, including like, I remembered that right now, I actually had one of my clients, insurance clients, reach out to me, and he said that I need you to come out all the way to the other side of the country to sign this document. And I was like, can we do it in a more effortless and a more efficient way? Because I know that if I want money now, it has to be effortless, right? I talk about the divine feminine. I talk about leading that. So only positive emotions of strength, joy, empowerment, fulfillment, and passion associated with such money. And this is what you will get when you learn how to experience freedom money, especially for those of you who intend to have a business. Okay, that is in my private coaching. I have a 3-month program and a 6-month program, but that is based on applications, because there is a certain criteria that has to fulfill in terms of the commitment and in terms of the work that you're willing to put in. It's a lot of inner work. It's a lot of inner belief changes that you have to implement, a lot of habits that you got to implement as well. So but I can really assure you that once you get into this zone of creating money in the most effortless way, especially you creating your own income stream, a new income stream, a new revenue, right? That is going to skyrocket your income already. And it will forever change the way you look at money. Money will no longer be a limiting capacity. Money will be somewhere where you play around with, where you have options with. Okay? And that is what I would really love to share with those who are looking to have a business, because when I created my coaching business in less than 1 year ago from scratch, I actually saw and I actually built my system fast, but really in a diligent and a sustainable way, so that I am always able to have at least 48 hours weekends with my family. I never work on weekends. Even my weekdays are not even like full weekdays, right? Sometimes I just take 2 hours or 3 hours off like that, and I can really see and be so present with my son, that's the amazing thing, especially for those who are looking to create their own business. So I'll talk about it a lot more tomorrow, because tomorrow is the final day about magical miracle money. Creating your own income stream is in fact so much more powerful than just trying to reduce expenses so that you have more money. Okay, a lot of people think that the only way to have more money is to cut their expenses. But what if you cutting the expenses ends up you reducing your happiness? Right? Wouldn't it be a lot more powerful if you're able to have more income so that you can invest in your business, invest in yourself, grow your business, grow your income, skyrocket your income, get more clients, scale your business faster, so that it will be a lot more sustainable, and so that you can afford all these wonderful things, that when you want to spend money, you don't have to think so much, that when you look at, even if your bank account drop, you tell yourself that I can create money again, right? And I don't have to wait until the end of the month for the next paycheck. Isn't it more powerful than that? Okay, so within the next 24 hours, for you guys who are on watching on replay, do the money, or you're watching live, do the money exercise and flip it to a supportive belief system, and then make a commitment to work on the money practices that I listed out. Okay, I can even be so sure that as long as you really just have 2 out of 6 of them and you implement them diligently within 1 week, within 2 weeks, you're going to experience a whole different money shift altogether. Right, and finally, share your takeaway with me. You can DM me. I would love to hear from you. If you're watching on replay, you can leave a comment on the YouTube channel, and I would love to know how you feel about the magical miracle money. All right, see you.